Recent Trudeau apology recipient, convicted terrorist, and brand new multi-millionaire Omar Khadr is going back to court this week to ask to have his bail conditions lessened or, in some instances, revoked altogether. Khadr says he wants to have more freedom to move around Canada. He says he wants to have unrestricted internet access, and he wants to have unfettered contact with his older sister Zainab Khadr. Can you imagine, for a second, giving a convicted terrorist, a war criminal, free and unmonitored internet access in this day and age of online Islamic radicalization? It is crazy. Right now, Omar Khadr can only have contact with his older sister Zainab if one of his lawyers or his bail supervisors are in the room. And he thinks that condition is no longer necessary. So let me give you a little history of Ms. Zainab Khadr for those of you who don't know who she is. She's been married 4 times and investigated at least once by the RCMP for terror-related offenses. Her first husband was one of the co-conspirators in the bombing of the Egyptian embassy in Pakistan in 1995, a man named Khalid Abdallah. When Pakistani police came to arrest him, Zainab brandished a rifle at them while her mother barricaded the door. Her second husband was a Yemeni fighter for Al-Qaeda. Osama bin Laden actually attended that wedding. Husband number 3 is a Canadian named Joshua Boyle, and he's currently a hostage of the Taliban. No one really knows who husband number 4 is, but they do live in Sudan and are planning a visit to Canada in the very near future. Zainab and her mother Maha once sat down with PBS's Frontline for an interview in 2004. During the interview, the interviewer asked Zainab if there's such a thing as a moderate Muslim, and she says no. Either you follow the Quran or you don't follow the Quran. When asked about her brother killing Christopher Speer, she said, "I'd like to know what they expected him to do. Come out with his hands in the air? I mean, it's war. They're shooting at him. Why can't he shoot at you if you killed 3? Why can't he kill 1? Why does nobody say you killed 3 of his friends? Why does everybody say you killed an American soldier? Big deal." The interviewer asked Zainab's mother Maha about Zainab's father Ahmed, who was killed in a shootout with Pakistani security forces after fighting alongside Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. The interviewer asked Maha, and I quote, "You said you were happy for your husband, that he wanted to die a martyr, and he did. Do you see your children die the same death?" Maha replies, "Yes." And then Zainab says, "I'd love to die like that. I'd love my daughter to die." Her daughter at the time of this interview was a baby, which makes her 13, 14, maybe 15 years old now, the same age as her brother was when he killed Sergeant Chris Speer and blinded Green Beret Lane Morris. When asked about his sister's past sympathies for terrorism, this is what Omar Khadr told the Canadian press, and I'm quoting here, "I'm not excusing what they said. I'm not justifying what they said. They were going through a hard time. They said things out of anger or frustration." Right, Omar Khadr. I mean, who among us hasn't been so hungry and so angry and so frustrated that they called Osama bin Laden a nice guy and offered up a child to jihad? I mean, it happens all the time to the best of us, right? It looks to me like Omar Khadr isn't being honest with himself about his sister, or maybe he's not being honest with us about his intentions with his sister. Omar Khadr is a terrorist who just got $10.5 million, a windfall on behalf of the Canadian taxpayers, and now he wants unfettered, unmonitored access to someone who is close to Osama bin Laden and considers herself part of an Al-Qaeda family? What could possibly go wrong? For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunry. Our enemies in the mainstream media want to shut us up. The internet censors want to shut us down. But if you believe in free speech, go to standwiththerebel.com.